Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the last in-depth candle review of the day. I hope you are having a fantastic evening. If you missed the first two reviews that went live here on my channel, I'll go ahead and link them in the description box right below this video here. They are both reviews of Kringle fragrances. But one of the Kringle reviews was actually of their new 4-wick format. So if you were waiting on what my experience has been with that one so far, that is one of the videos that went up today. So I will go ahead and link both of them in the description box right below this video here. Feel free to check those videos out if you are interested. But in this video here, we're gonna go ahead and tackle HomeWorx Cookies for Santa. And I have actually had this one here in my possession since July of 2024. Cookies for Santa was a part of the QVC Christmas in July TSV that HomeWorx offered this year. And I was sent just this one fragrance out of the TSVs that were offered as PR. So I did not pay for this candle. I just want you guys to be aware of that. I did not burn this back in July. I just was not in the mood to burn Christmas candles when it was like 95 degrees out. I know a lot of people really enjoy the Christmas in July tradition, but I don't know. I really struggle with burning candles out of their like given season, if you will. I'm one of those weird seasonal burners, but anyway, I decided to go ahead and hang on to this one in the hopes that it might still be available once we actually start entering into the holiday season. And good news, it is currently still available. Still available in a set of 2 over at QVC. It's obviously not available for the Christmas in July pricing, but it is currently technically on sale. So I'll have it linked down at QVC. But also, this did show up on the HomeWorx or Rakuten & Co. website as well, but it has a different label. So depending on which label you're into, you know, I guess choose accordingly. Over at the Rakuten & Co. website, you're obviously going to purchase this as a single, whereas over at QVC, you're going to be getting these in a set of 2. So, let's go ahead and dig into this one. I have to say, I was really glad that they sent me this particular one from the TSV because 1, it's a gourmand and we know how I feel about Harry's gourmands, but 2, I think this was the best label out of all of the TSV sets. We can certainly argue about that if you'd like, but I really like this image of Santa in his little workshop. And as you can see, as the candle is lit, because he's got this like window behind him here, it almost looks like there is this ethereal glow coming through that window. This label is a real stunner, you guys, and I really enjoy looking at this particular candle. I also happen to think it looks so beautiful atop this. This is a HomeWorx pedestal, by the way. If you are newer to the brand, HomeWorx used to do these really beautiful pedestals. You guys ask me about them all the time. This pine cone design here was one of his originals, and it's definitely my favorite design out of all of the ones that he has offered, but he's really slowed down on making these and has transitioned to offering just way more hurricanes instead. So I still have my hopes up that we go back to more of these traditional pedestals, but I don't know, we'll see. At any rate, let's go ahead and dig into this one and finally review it a few months later. I'm going to read you the scent story and the fragrance notes from the Rakuten & Co. website, but they are the same for, you know, the candles over at QVC as well. They just don't have the fun, cute little scent story, which I always like to read. So let's go ahead and start there. We'll get into the strength and throw and then address any burn issues. And I'll give you guys an overhead shot of this one so you can see how it's doing right now. All right, the scent story reads, Miss Claus has been in the kitchen combining rich melted butter with North Pole cookie dough, almond milk, and vanilla bean mixed into a seasonal delight and baked to perfection that even puts a ho 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 in Santa himself. Oh, that's an interesting scent story. Anyway, fragrance notes. The fragrance notes on the bottom of the jar read cookie dough, melted butter, almond, milk, and vanilla bean. However, let's go ahead and take a look at the scent notes broken down by top, middle, and bottom notes. Okay, so at the top we have melted butter and sweet cinnamon. At the middle we have clove bud, sweet milk, and almond extract. And then at the bottom of this one we have vanilla bean extract and cookie accord. So what do you smell here? First of all, this is a very rich, very decadent type of fragrance. I feel like somehow something in this scent is coming across as a little caramelly to my nose. I'm not sure what it would be. Maybe just the, maybe when the melted butter is warmed, it kind of turns into a caramel. That's the only thing that I can really think of. But yeah, I get a little bit of a caramel note right off the bat. But also I just get a very rich, like, butteriness as well. There is cinnamon in here, but it's a very soft, pretty cinnamon. It's not red hot cinnamon. It's not aggressive. It is not the star of the show here. This does not come across as a snickerdoodle per se, but I think the cookie that I would compare it most to would probably be maybe a cross between a sugar cookie and a snickerdoodle, kind of in between those two. Anyway, do you smell clove bud in here? I don't know. I don't really get a ton of clove. Clove to me is one of those fragrance notes that if it's present, it's usually very detectable. And oddly enough, I don't get much in the way of clove. I do get a creaminess throughout this fragrance, which I think would be that sweet milk as well as the vanilla bean that's mentioned at the base. I do get a touch of almond in here for sure. It's not a super strong almond extract note, but it's definitely there. And the cookie accord, like I said, is coming across as maybe a mix between a snickerdoodle and a sugar cookie. The cinnamon is so soft in here. It's actually a really, really pretty cinnamon. I think it's one of the best that he's done with regard to that particular note. I do kind of personally wish that that caramel wasn't necessarily coming through. Caramel is one of those fragrance notes that I am just now kind of starting to begin to enjoy a little bit more. There's a lot of notes this year that in the past I would have never dreamed to really dig into or enjoy in any type of way. Caramel has always been cloying to my nose, a little bit of, I guess maybe like aggressive smelling. It just tends to be the focus of a lot of fragrances. So I think that's why it's kind of a turn off to me sometimes, but I am starting to embrace it a little bit more. But I feel like if this one did not have that caramel note, it would smell a whole lot more like maybe a snickerdoodle, I guess. But listen, does this smell delicious? Yes, it does. Do I think the fragrance overall is worth looking into? I do. As long as you are usually a fan of Harry's Gourmands, I think you're gonna like this one. I've definitely been enjoying it, and I would personally actually consider repurchasing this one for sure. So you might see another one here, who knows. I do plan on making one more purchase from HomeWorx before the end of the year here. So I might go ahead and toss one of these in my cart. I certainly don't need a set of two, so I won't be buying it from QVC myself, but I would definitely consider purchasing another one of these to have around for the holidays, because right now we are kind of in the middle of November period, and as you can see, I'm at the halfway point. So this one's gonna be done probably within the next couple weeks here. So anyway, Strength and Throw. This one has I don't know, I would call it a pretty decent strength and throw. The strength of this is probably somewhere between a 6 and a 7. I think it was a little bit stronger when I first started burning it. I'm trying to remember back to July when I did my first couple initial burns and then just decided like, oh, I can't do this right now, and I put it away. But I would say somewhere between a 6 and a 7 is kind of the average for this one. It's not a huge traveler though, so I'm gonna put the throw maybe at more of like a 5 and a 6. Does it travel outside of the immediate area where I have it placed? Yes, it does. But does it start to like go much beyond those areas? Not a whole lot. I feel like I don't have to be quite as mindful about what I'm pairing with this one, if that makes sense. I usually burn 2 candles at a time at opposite ends of the house. Sometimes I have to be very careful about, you know, the scents that I pair. I have come up with some really disgusting combinations in my day, and other times I've been pleasantly surprised. But because this one doesn't, you know, fill like the entire downstairs of the house, I feel like I can be a little bit more loosey-goosey about what I'm pairing with it. Burn issues, I mean, I haven't had a ton of burn issues up until this point. I will say though, let's go ahead and take an overhead look here. The wicks are starting to slow down a little bit now that I have hit the halfway point. They have not dudded out altogether. And you can see that so far, for the most part, this has been lit now for, what has it been, like maybe 15 minutes? So it's pulling out fairly quickly. It has not pulled out in this corner over here, but it always has pulled out very evenly. And, you know, all of the wax, obviously, as you can see on this side as well, has gone down with the wax pool as it has started to, you know, move down the candle here. But these wicks do concern me just a little bit because of how low they are on this burn here. I'm wondering if maybe I should just pop this one underneath my lamp if they continue to be this low. If you do not own a candle lamp, I will go ahead and link a couple in the description box below this video here that I think are fantastic quality. These are lamps that I also own myself. Sorry, I'm trying to put this, where did I have this darn camera? Okay, good enough. I will link the lamps that I have, and the ones that I link down below are fantastic quality, and they work really well with the HomeWorx candles. You want a lamp that has a high like wattage output, and most importantly, when it comes to these HomeWorx candles, you want a lamp with an adjustable arm, because you're gonna wanna bring that shade basically right over top of the lamp here. You need to leave a little bit of room for the fragrance to dissipate out. But, you know, you want to bring that shade down just a little bit. That's going to help to intensify the fragrance output. So I'll let you guys know at the weekly home fragrance roundup on Saturday whether I decided to lamp this or not. I have a feeling she is heading that way. I'm not really interested in cotton balling this to try to correct the flames at this point. Although I will say it'll be a little bit of a bummer to not be able to enjoy the glow that I get from this one. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it is a beautiful label, and I just love how that light shines through that window in the background there. I just think it's so absolutely beautiful. But other than that, I will say that I really enjoy this fragrance, and I will stand by the statement that I think when it comes to gourmands, Harry really does, I think, one of the best jobs. With gourmands, I think that both HomeWorx as well as Bath & Body Works probably do quite well in that department. But yeah, you'll kind of have to decide for yourself whether you're into this one or not. If you pick this up during the Christmas in July presentation and you have burned through either one or both of yours, let us know what your experience was after the halfway point. Did your wicks start to do what mine are doing right now? I'm wondering if the ones from the HomeWorx website will do the same thing. So maybe I should pick it up for sure just to be able to compare them. So yeah, I think I might do that. So stay tuned. I'll let you guys know what happens with the one from the Rakuten & Co website. But this one here, the fragrance profile itself, 2 thumbs up. It's delicious. It smells authentic. It smells edible. It is yummy. But if the look of those wicks right now is bugging ya, I don't know. I think that's worth keeping in mind if you're thinking about ordering it. If you know you're going to be annoyed by this one, I would say, you know, definitely don't get this set from QVC. So anyway, I hope that all 3 of these in-depth reviews were helpful today in helping you decide whether you want to invest in any of these candles or not. I will be doing another candle review day on Thursday. I still have a lot of crinkle candles specifically to get through, and I am hoping to be able to get to Bath & Body Works this weekend to be able to pick up some of their holiday candles as well. I have made a list of some recommendations that you guys have given me. I unfortunately missed the last really fantastic sale, and I'm hoping to catch a $12.95, which I should have gotten the $10.95, but whatever. I was busy that weekend. I couldn't get out of the house. So yeah, but there are some holiday candles that I'm definitely interested in from Bath & Body Works. So if you have any additional suggestions for me to pick up from there, leave those in the comments down below as well. All right, you guys, check the description box for a link to this one, and I'll also post my discount code that you can use over at the Rakuten & Co website to save yourself 15% off of your purchase of $40 or more. All right, thanks for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.